So, here we go. Oh, it works. Hallelujah. This is the Tyler Trampel right here you're looking at right here, missionary to Guinea-Bissau, right? Is that correct? I don't know, 3 or 4 years. How long have we known each other?
Yeah, I think 3 or 4 years.
Okay, I mean, it's been a little while. And maybe 5? Should have been. I don't know whether you were there my first year. 5, for those of you who don't know, for 5 years I ministered at Sheepgate, Teen Challenge out in Colfax, and he was one of our completed graduated students, and was a wonderful student to have. Not too much trouble anyway, a little bit here and there, but anyway, we're grateful for that. And what's amazing about what you're going to hear from this presentation is this. God takes everybody and gives you an opportunity. Amen. He says, will you be saved? Will you be healed? Will you follow me? Because if you will, he's got an amazing plan. So Brother Tyler, I'm going to hand this off to you. There's the clicker to advance. There's the laser pointer. Don't point it at any of your family members out there. And you are free to share your heart with us. Open up your hearts at this point.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, I shared a little bit with some of you this morning with some Q&A, but I figured I'll just kind of give a kind of brief rundown of what I'm going to be doing there, and then I can show you some photos too.
Yes.
I'm going to Guinea-Bissau. It's a small country in West Africa.
Oh, point it. There you go. There you go.
There it is right there.
See the Guinea-Bissau right there?
Yeah, I see it.
And that is, with the laser pointer, the middle button, you can point the laser up there at the island. See right there you go. Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Go ahead.
So the main thing I'm going to be working on when I go to Guinea-Bissau is I'm going to go to the island of Carabella there, and what I want to do, they don't have any light or power there. Some people have a few like solar powered flashlights, but pretty much at night it's just darkness. And we want to bring the light of the gospel to them. But we also would like to bring some physical lights to them. As well as some pigs to kind of help them start some sustainable farming.
Pigs?
And it's really like wide open there as far as the gospel. They're like there's really just like a hunger. There's like the harvest is really ripe, but there's not that many like workers in this region.
Yes, isn't that what Jesus also said? He said, Lord of the harvest, send out laborers, because the harvest is ready wherever, especially in that situation. And when you click that, point it that way, by the way. Point the clicker that direction.
Oh,
the computer's that.
That's me.
Nice.
Here are just some couple photos of
If you were to stand off to the side and look up here and then here, that's kind of what I do, kind of just that way you can look at both of them, all right?
Here's just a couple photos here, just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like in Guinea-Bissau.
Wow. That's not you.
Wow.
He's
He's black. Josh
What
out.
you're saying is you're the white guy in the middle?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson's behind that guy. Oh.
I'm actually on a donkey in this photo too. You can't see the donkey.
Really tall.
This tea right here is kind of a big part of
Warga.
Guinea-Bissau. It's like this sort of social thing. Like you get like a little pot of green tea and you put it in there and they pour it in these little shot glasses and they pour it back and forth and it's like boiling hot in these little cups. And this guy was so like amazing at doing that. Like we could be like in like pitch black at night and then he's pouring like boiling liquid in tiny cups without burning. So it's good.
Interesting.
This is us in ministry. We were handing out Bibles on SD cards to people's phones, and this guy said that he was like 90-some years old. It was he was in really good shape for his age.
Let me ask you this, you said they handed out SD cards to give you the phones, and I noticed when I was in the Philippines, way off in nowhere, Bill, people had cell phones.
Yeah.
Do they have cell phones, or some people have cell phones?
Pretty much everyone has a cell phone. They might not have like a smartphone like we have, but they have like a kind of like a Nokia, you know, and you can still slide a SD card inside. And they have the Bible and basically all the different languages of Guinea-Bissau.
Nice. Good.
How do they charge those phones?
Usually they'll have like people have solar panels, like little ones, just a small one, and they'll leave it out in the sun all day, and then at night there'll be enough to charge their phone.
That's cool.
This is kind of like, this is usually what like a ministry event kind of looks like. It's like you'll be like in the middle, and then all the kids will come around, and then you can kind of see like the adults or the older kids kind of standing up on the edge, and they're like kind of listening from the distance.
Is that the church behind you?
I don't think that, I think that was, that might be the church.
Do you ever preach to everybody, or is there like somebody that does that, or is it you?
Yeah, I've preached at a couple churches there before.
Nice.
This is like I don't know if you ever heard of Samaritan's Purse, but we got to be the ones to bring in like these gifts, and they all got to open it, and it was like this was exciting.
These are the Christmas shoebox gifts that we pack here, and then they're taken overseas, correct? Is that
Yeah.
correct? Good. That's where that stuff goes, by the way. You guys that participate in that. I know Mindy's kind of the spearhead around here to bring that reminder to us, but there are people that it means the world for them to get a little box of stuff, and then a little gospel something, a presentation or something. So that's an example right there of people that do that.
Yeah, the kids were like ecstatic to be open.
Dude,
What are their laws? Are there laws against the Bible there?
No, not there. They're you can basically it's really open to missions. It's like it's kind of like the rest, like that region of Africa is not really like as open as Guinea-Bissau, but it's kind of like this window, and it actually like, if you know like the 1040 window, like the part of the world that like people don't really know about the gospel, they don't know about Jesus. This is in like the lower end of the 1040 window, and I think it's really like God has just made a way for this country to be so open because it's majority Muslim, but the tribe that kind of fought the revolution and got independence, they're predominantly Christian, and now they happen to be in control of the military, so that really, as long as that's, I don't know if that's going to be that way forever, they're kind of trying to undo that, but as long as it's like that, I think that we're in this window where we're really free to spread the gospel.
So let me clarify, if you don't know what the 1040 window is, it's the longitude lines, and it's a band that's around the world where there's a large population group. If you were to take that, they're like a stripe around the world, that's where most of the people who need the gospel live in that, the high density areas. And a lot of those areas, like what you're going into, many of them are very ripe for the gospel. They're ready for something. And so that's why it's important that we send people like yourself.
This is like a little projection screen. We like to, this is also something I'm going to be doing there in Caravella and just around as I go, is we're going to share the gospel, and then we're going to show some films about Jesus, and I think we may show the Passion of the Christ over there. Really,
that's a good one.
Here you can see a man portraying Jesus in the film based on the Gospel of Matthew.
Wow.
This is another ministry that God's opened the door for. It's for prison ministry there in Guinea-Bissau. You can see the back of his uniform right there.
Is he a CO or something at the prison?
Yeah. And like a lot of these people there, they're not, they don't really have access to anything in that prison. Like they said that, like he was telling me, like some of these people haven't even had like juice in like years. Like so, like something so tiny as like juice can really be a huge blessing to them.
is, let me ask you this real quick, I know there's any other question on that subject, but I know in the Philippines, there's a lot of places where we were at where the local jails or even the prisons, if you don't have family to take care of you, you are out of luck.
Yeah.
And, you really have a hard time just living and surviving. Would that be similar to what you're describing here?
Yeah, they might give them a little bit of rice or something, but I think for anything past that, I think their survival kind of depends on someone who, their family or someone
From
who
the
knows
outside.
they're there. Yeah. This is the boat ride, how we get to Carabella. It's about 35 miles from the coast, and it took us like 8 hours to go there last time.
8 hours.
And the boat was like pretty overloaded, and we were kind of all sitting on top of this heap. And it was so heavy that like we're about like that far off the water as we're like, and there's a hole in the next slide. You can see there's a, well, that's on top, us on top of all the stuff.
So let me ask you this, and I'm sure there's a lot of questions that swim around in our heads about this, but, so the boat is heavily laden with cargo and people barely above the water, and it's chugging along at about 5 miles an hour, right? Is
Yeah.
it just kind of, okay, right? And it's only 35 miles, but it took almost 8 hours to get there.
Yeah. And there was a hole actually in the front of the boat, and they tried to fix it as we went, but it just got worse. And so we were like scooping buckets of water as we went.
This is a kid from Iowa that ends up on a boat in the ocean by Africa, going out there to do this. That's just profound.
And I know there's sharks in that water because we met a fisherman like on the way, and he gave me a shark because he was so excited that I was speaking Creole that he just like gave me a shark as a gift.
What? Where is this shark today?
I think someone ate it. There's the water in the bottom.
Wow. Is that the hole?
And there you can see the bucket, it's pretty full as he's pulling it up. He kind of had to take turns because he'd get tired of scooping it up.
Crazy.
I don't know what I'm
Did you say bilge
I
pump?
just say
And this is actually the village there, one of the villages in Carabella.
You're in the back there.
Yeah, that's me.
What's the roof made out of?
It's made out of straw, and actually, if I had a house there, I'd really kind of want my roof to be made out of straw too. It's when you walk in, it almost feels like it keeps the house really cool. The straw kind of absorbs the heat.
Does the drip water go inside?
Well, I never had the pleasure of living in one of the straw huts. I had a tin roof on ours, and it kept the water out, but it kind of heats up like an oven.
So then thatching is so thick that
Nobody
it
else is
doesn't
raising their
allow the
hands.
water to seep through. They also sometimes put fire retardant on there as well as stuff to seal it, so, yeah.
And this guy's actually, oh, you have a question?
No, continue.
He had this guy here, he was actually the village witch doctor. And that hut right there isn't actually a house here. This is where he would do like rituals, or I think they had he was doing some animal sacrifices and stuff. But he came out and he accepted the Bible on the SD card, which is really cool. And yeah, on the islands, the mainland, there's a lot of Muslims and some Christians, but on the islands, it's pretty much all they're all animist or witchcraft. And this right here, it kind of looks like this cute little house, but actually this is where they go in to do their rituals.
Let me ask you this. How serious do they take that stuff?
It's really serious. It's really there's a lot of people who have these little cuts because when they get really bad migraines or headaches, they tell them if they do this ritual and cut, then it'll get rid of the migraines. But I don't think it works. Muslims say they still have them. And it's kind of amazing how many times, I mean, it's terrible, but how many times you'll meet, like, the mother will come out, because she'll be there and taking care of the house when you go door to door, and she'll come out, and she'll say, like, oh, I wanna convert to Christianity, but I'm just afraid that these spirits, these demons that if I don't keep doing these rituals, then they're gonna kill my children, and I can't convert until I get all my children to do it first.
Which, as your pastor, let me just tell you this, that's the same stuff that's going on in this world, in the States. It's just behind the scenes, it's a little more quiet, but these people take it serious, and we need to take our spiritual warfare serious. Ephesians 6:12, you need to look that up, because that's what's going on here in these world.
Yeah, those little, you kind of see those little scoops, they'll be like at the top of they keep it, like they'll put it on the top of their doorway before you pass through it. And I wish I had the photo on here, but whoever owns the house, he gets to put the highest. And I've been to houses where maybe the owner of the house was putting his instruments of witchcraft to the top, and then you see like this poster of Jesus, and it's underneath, but you can see like the spiritual warfare that's going on right there in that house. And when Muslims convert in this country, like there might not be like violence like perpetuated against them, but like they're giving up like everything when they convert, because they're gonna be, first of all, if a man's wife converts, then a lot of times they'll stop feeding her, won't give her any of the food. He might like abuse his wife in that situation, and like if you're basically gonna be like excommunicated from your family, and you're gonna have no sort of system to survive. And like here, like it's all based on community and helping each other, like if you want to live, you know. This is an example of the pigs that I want to bring to the island.
And the top little one, that's the tiny one, is that the starter right there?
Yeah.
It's like one of those starter pigs?
This one was my pig. I don't know if he's still there. He was my pig.
Oh.
Where are you getting the pigs from?
There's just like Christians there will raise pigs. So I'll just get them off of the mainland, and then we'll bring them to the boat.
You feed them all year?
Maybe. Well, not the ones I'm giving to them.
What about other livestock? They have goats and chickens and...
They have goats and chickens and sheep. Sheep are really expensive there because I guess there's like a holiday, I can't remember which one, that Muslims celebrate, and they'll like do a bunch of sheep sacrifices. I chose pigs because they're really like a hardy, tough animal. They can pigs are pretty tough, and they can kind of eat anything, and they grow really fast. But after they're born, within 6 months, they can be about 300 pounds if they're well fed. And then they can have like 3 or more litters a year, and that's like 6 or 8, or sometimes even I think up to 12. So they multiply really fast, and they grow really fast. And then that can provide them an income as well as subsistence. And that's something they're really in need of out there on the islands. There's even less jobs or like economy out there. And I also chose pigs because I was thinking about how Jesus said, "Be wise as serpents and innocent as doves." And I thought about when he went to Jerusalem, and God told him he knew that he wasn't going to come back from that trip. And he went to Jerusalem, and he went to the temple. And the Sadducees and the Pharisees, they arrested him there. And he was like really wise in that moment, and he knew that he was over the resurrection of the dead, that they arrested him. But the Romans showed up, and they're like, "Why are you, like, what's all this going on?" And in that moment, he saw that he could divide his enemies, and he said, it's over the resurrection of the dead, because the Sadducees and the Pharisees don't agree on that. So I thought about it, and I thought about how could I do something that could bless them, but also be like smart, because this isn't like a physical violent war, but this is like a spiritual war. And I realized pigs because in the same way that I'm going there as a missionary and I want to spread the gospel, I would say that there's a lot of Muslims that are going there, and they're helping them with some of their physical needs, and they'll help them a little bit, and they'll build a mosque, and they'll get a whole village or a whole area to convert. And so I chose pigs because they really don't like pigs.
They don't.
Amen.
They really won't feel comfortable around the pigs, and even if they do, they'll have to convince these people to give up this thing that's been like a huge blessing in their life.
That's great.
Yes.
Good thinking.
And this is an example of one of the lights. Looks a little smaller because it's way up there. But
Oh wow.
So on the top of that light, there is like a solar panel on below that is like the LED lights that'll come on at nighttime and then shine down then.
Yeah. And then there's really like an abundance of these kind of trees, so we can really just source those from the island.
Is there some time in the future you think they'll get like electricity and like power lines maybe?
On the mainland, they're starting to get that. There was like a donation from the World Bank, and they're now building like power lines throughout the mainland. And I think most houses will have them in like 7 years or so. But on the island, it's probably going to be a lot longer before they'll be able to build anything throughout there.